are live. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday to everybody. Today is, I was going to say January. It is June 12th,
It is
2023.
not January.
No, it's
No.
not January. No, it's not, because that would mean we're January 2024, and we're not there yet. But hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, you are here with us. As you all know by now, unless, of course, you're new to following us, when Kitty and I get together, we get together to play, but also provide some insight for you guys to sort of help you out to navigate through this energy. And there is a lot of energy going on since June 11th. And we're here to share that with you. So hopefully, you have your own personal natal chart and you can follow along on your chart as Kitty and I share some information with you for today. As Kitty introduces herself and shares just a little bit about what we're going to be chatting about, I'm going to go and make sure we are streaming live on the three platforms. So,
Yeah.
Kitty, take it away a little bite size of what we're going to chat about today.
Um, I'm Kitty Foss, owner of Intuition of the Soul, co-owner Intuition of the Soul, storytelling astrologist of the Hero's Journey Astrology. Um, and today we're talking about the fact that yesterday was a big energetic day, the 11th. Tomorrow is the luckiest day of the year, so that's cool. And it really started happening. My attention was drawn to it early on. I was actually just looking for my notes from the month. Um, it really started with this sextile with our, what was it? Yes, our energy with Venus getting ready for this Pluto and Mercury and Neptune. And it really is a lot about, and this is going to go all the way, especially, well, this goes through the 26th. It is speeding Gemini. This Mercury in Gemini is speeding through its sign. There's no retrograde, and it's a shorter than usual amount of time. And things are going much, much, much faster. And so it is, this is really about you feeling smarter, faster, more intelligent, more into it, more intuitive. And
I like to hear you say all that again. Smart, intelligent,
um,
fast. What was it?
intuitive, smart, intelligent, intuitive, um, faster, smarter, more intelligent, intuitive than usual, even than usual of Gemini in its home sign, Mercury in its home sign, because of this Uranus energy that has been kind of traveling with the Mercury that has sped it up. And Uranus is the higher expression of Mercury, got a lot of information. And not only did it get information and really is having us move kind of quickly forward, also Pluto, which has been working on resetting the karma for us, resetting the vision of how we see ourselves in this new earth, has now dipped back in to Capricorn in its retrograde at 29 degrees, an important degree, which is all the lessons about our structure. And Capricorn is always about our potential, our leadership. So it's really asking us to get going in really looking at whatever this dream is, whatever we're being called forth to do. Really start to look at the structures we participate in it. Are we here to transform them? Of course, it's Pluto. Are we here to get out of them because they aren't going to serve us? Are we here to create new ones? And that's a new piece, especially for this Capricorn energy, because we've taken this vision and, and now with this Gemini, there's a new level cognitive function coming forward. Tomorrow's such a lucky day because the Taurus North Node is in exact conjunction with the Jupiter, the planet of expansion in Taurus. So it really is about our values, our abundance, our dream. And this particular new moon is kind of like double time for being able to manifest. But be aware, not beware, be aware because of the duality of Gemini. we'll feel this, and with Mercury there, we'll feel this intelligence, we'll feel this really kind of clear idea of what we want, but there's a square with Neptune. So there's a resistance there that may have us doubting ourselves. So getting ready for this new moon, as we've been looking at this full moon of truth coming out of Sagittarius, is kind of important, because there will be some energies of doubt. Spirit's there, but it's in a square to really have you use some discernment for that resistance of what is it I really want that makes sense for me and is aligned with my purpose. So you may be questioning, and then it may be kind of feeling bigger questioning coming up on the 18th. So this Mercury is doing a lot right now. It is, as it came across those final degrees of Taurus, which moves at a very particular pace, a little bit on the stubborn, and it was a hard retrograde because of that. Really is taking what we value and stepping forth to get us a higher understanding, a higher experience of what this could mean, even having us let go of our kind of preconceived notions of what that could look like. There'll be a lot of things in life where we're going to be letting go of those preconceived notions to really make room for what it is we truly want, without limitations, without obligations, all of those things. So
Yeah, and it's so interesting because it does sound like it's very much aligned with the Pluto retrograde in Capricorn that we're in right now.
yes,
Where with the new moon it's in Gemini, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's in Aries right now.
No, the new moon on the 18th.
New moons are going to be in Gemini. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes my question could be a little off-centered. So when we think about that, the whole energy of what things are going to look like, what our expectations of what they're going to look like, and what they're actually supposed to look like, based on, I'm going to use the word, the planets here, the universe and the planets, because we all want to play a hand in what things should look like, how we expect them to look like, our expectations, our visions, and then when it doesn't show up looking that way, we get a dose of disappointment.
Well, and this is really this intellectual, intuitive breakthrough kind of thinking, like the ahas, especially coming up from the 13th to the 15th. We have that exact conjunction that really shows us about abundance, really has us able to look at our luck. Saturn in Pisces will be exact with it on the 15th. So that really is about that focused flow of the structure. And we've got this Pluto energy and these breakthroughs intellectually. And while it is working with Saturn, it will also be working with Venus in Leo, which is about ourselves, loving ourselves, the beauty of ourselves, all of this Taurus energy that it just went through Mercury. Again, these are daily energies. It steps forward on another daily energy in this week. It's a big week. Though the playing with, that also is on the 17th. So this whole week is a lot of breakthrough kind of things about ourselves, about what we want, to get ready for that 18th. That's a really big new moon about manifesting, but be aware of self-doubt stepping forward for you to take a look at.
Yes. Now, when you were saying before about the good luck day, which is the 13th through the 15th, and the Saturn's energy, Saturn is going to be playing along with that Taurus Jupiter?
Well, it's playing as in a square. So it's not forcing you into the focus. It's giving you some resistance for you to take a look at, what is the structure of my dreams? What is that focused dream energy? Because it kind of checks that experience part, and more is about the intellectual breakthrough. Is that, that's a good question for the next couple of weeks. Is that really what I want? Is that, be careful. Be careful what you ask for.
Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And a big lesson that I learned the other day, not to go too much into it, as it is a big secret for right now, is sometimes you think something is manifesting, doesn't happen. Something else comes through. You think that's manifesting. It doesn't happen. And it's like, holy crap. But then, as we always say, and I hear this all the time, and I do believe it as well, is that okay? The first two were not the right fit, and something better is coming. And trusting.
It's kind of a message from the universe that it is coming, but look for the right place, right space, right time.
Exactly.
And with Mars heading in Leo on June 21st, there's a new level of confidence because we're going to have Venus in Leo and Mars in Leo at the same time. So confidence in ourselves, confidence in our relationships, confidence in what we value, and this Mercury energy very much every day until the 26th. So it's not very long. The 11th to the 26th is very much about ahas and breakthroughs and
this is the shortest Mercury we've had before. Yes,
I think it's one of the shortest I am aware of.
Yeah, because I believe this one's 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I don't even think it's 2.5 weeks.
It's not even 2. It's barely 2 weeks. It's 15 days.
Yeah, so theoretically, at least what I'm aware of, it's the shortest time sitting in a sign, and I guess there's a lot to be said about that, because then once Mercury does leave out of Gemini, it's going to transit into Cancer, and that itself is a whole other energy. And just a little short on that, when we talk about Cancer energy, that's home
and nurturing. And Mercury's, I looked at my chart. Mercury's usually 3 weeks. So we were talking about transits, and it's usually 3 weeks. And so to lose 1/3 of the time is kind of interesting. So it's big breakthroughs, and it's going to help us inform what structures and really take a look at it. Mercury's also going to be sextiling that Aries energy in Chiron. So it really is about your authentic self, that we had all of May to kind of take a look at some of the things about ourselves and how we were stepping forward and what we were doing. And Mercury in that Taurus moved slowly enough for us to really kind of play with the puzzle pieces. And now it's going, here, guys, go. Like, here's the football now. Off you go. Exactly. And believe what intellectually comes through, what you are called. It doesn't mean you have to do it right now, but it does mean there's a reason it's coming up.
Exactly. What I find interesting when I'm hearing is, and I forget the exact dates, I think it was back in March, when Mars played in Gemini for that, 7-month period?
Yeah, really long time. 7 months, just about 7 months.
Exactly. And now here Mercury's playing in Gemini for 2 weeks.
Right.
So,
and what's nice about this, when it's placed like this in the time of Gemini, it does, the 21st Cancer begins, so it's not very long in that Cancer energy. As a matter of fact, we'll end up with a gazemi of Cancer because all of those signs will be moving. And a gazemi, guys, just means speaks to the heart of it's a lot of energy around that. And we've had one in Gemini, is that it's about experience. So it's about what's around you. It's a good time for honing in on home and talking to people and writing notes and doing all of those kind of communications things that bring us more information about ourselves, more information. And we have Saturn going retrograde. So we have our internal structures in this Pisces energy, kind of looking at rearranging our dreams, focusing our dreams, restricting, so we have an idea of the path. But there's not a wrong path. That's kind of what this time in Gemini is going to help teach us. There's not a wrong path. So
Exactly. What was it I was going to ask? Oh, there you go. There's the question. So when we have this energy, and our title that we have it as is, Mercury in Gemini, new meaning. What is that really about, the new meaning?
Well, the new meaning is this intellectual breakthrough, this intuitive breakthrough, new meanings of understanding what I'm to experience, my integrity, because, of course, Gemini is about the integrity, and ways I communicate, because this is also the time all of these changes are going by the great attractor. So there is kind of a warping of time. So even though it's very fast, this Gemini, we're able to kind of step beyond our limitations of that part of the understanding because of this great attractor energy, and really ways to see and hear differently. We'll be stepping forward in this kind of intellectual breakthrough, like, wait a minute, I am hearing this. Or so it's really very, very interesting.
Yes, and we have the sun. Go ahead.
I'm saying, if you are a Gemini rising, pay particular attention.
Yes. And we also have the sun in Gemini. So we have that sun and Mercury playing together as well, at least for the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
Now,
Yes.
why is it that the rising Gemini should pay particular attention to this energy?
Because your rising sign is about things that come to you. And I'm already talking about experiences and things breaking through and coming to you. So yours is kind of on steroids. It's even more about your life lessons are coming to you in this next couple of weeks. This is a bit, that's why we said it's a different way to look at it. It's not just about Mercury retrograde and all of those things. This is new. It's not really new level of communications. It's more that our frequency energy is being pulled into it. And there's kind of the ability to walk between. So that's, it's been there. It's all there. It's just now more of us can access it.
And as you just said that it's not really a new, what I actually really heard just now was it is really a new for the sole purpose of how many of us are activating our ability to hear.
Right.
More people now literally are going to have the ability to connect with spirit through communication.
I wouldn't be.
There's many people out there.
I'm sorry, you were breaking in and out. What was the end of what you said?
I was going to say I'm sure there's going to be many people out there that's going to start hearing more from spirit than has ever before.
Yes, and that's why. But it's not new. It's new energy for us to experience, but it has been there trying to get our attention for a while. And so that's where the intellectual breakthrough is coming for us to understand, oh, wait a minute, this has been going on for a while. Oh, so that's kind of also the newness of looking at it like, oh, wait a minute, this has been here for a while. This has been going on for a while. And we really are very much in this with this Pluto energy that stays now in Capricorn until January of 2024. Really are restructuring, including our physical structuring. I think you're going to hear in the next couple of weeks. I'm hearing that there's very much more possibilities of more beyond our understanding, other beings, not just in the spirit world, but in other dimensional fields, making different contact too. So there's something opening in, and maybe that's why it's speeding through for 2 weeks, because there's only so much we got it. And then it moves to Cancer, where you nurture you look at the emotions, you untie some of the emotions, because it really is our emotions that drive our thoughts versus the other way around. And, and so we establish a connection with the emotions that come up, and we form a thought pattern with them versus the other way around. And so when you say you're activated, it's really because you're remembering an emotion that you've assigned a pattern to that may not be serving you in that particular case, but it is bringing it forward for you to maybe unpair it, unhook it, and figure out where it goes. So it's a very joyful month. It's a very fast moving month. It's at the end, where did June go month?
I think a lot of us were saying that regarding May. Where did May go? And now here we are in June, and we're already on today's the 12th already. We're literally midway of June. It's like I feel like June just started. Like,
right.
How did we get to June 12th already? And it just literally started. How did it happen? Anyway, yes.
I think this is I graduated on June 12th in 1978.
Oh, look at you.
So
Yes. Yes.
if I were waiting for my math, which we could be waiting for a long time, so 40 years was 18. So it says 45 years, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at that. Yes.
So,
Yes.
oh God, I just feel all of a sudden I'm like, I graduated 45 years ago. Really? My brain is still, oh, that's a couple of years ago.
And it is. It is. Exactly is. Exactly is.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, what can everybody do to benefit from this good luck date for tomorrow, the 13th? What can we do?
Well, if you know your astrology, take a look at your own North Node and find out what is being stabilized, what is being looked at for value, where are you spending your time, where can you expand your soul's purpose and spend some more time expanding, looking at the truths of what that is. And so, depending what your higher goal of your soul's purpose is. And because it's in Taurus, it is about abundance. It is about values. It is about that, even that Venus relationship, because it's Taurus. Um, so it's about the relationship with yourself and other people and to your life. You know, we have many of our lives all happening simultaneously. And this is about taking a look at not all of them, but this life, what did I kind of sign up to do? And am I
So,
doing it?
so for you, Kitty, what is your soul's purpose? What
I am
sign is it? What
I
sign is
am
it
a
in first?
I am a Virgo North Node. And a Virgo North Node, Virgo is a problem solver. Um, Part of what a Virgo North Node learns to do is the beauty and the connectedness in the mundane, in the small pieces. It's moving away from that Pisces energy, very dreamy and flowy. And it's how do I put the feet on the ground and put the puzzle together for myself? And Taurus, for me, is also a communication house because that's where it is in my chart. And so communication and into family. Um, so it's really about, for me, tomorrow, I'm going to be really looking at where am I spending my value? What am I doing to look at prosperity? I said in the beginning of the month, one of the words that were channeled as I was looking at dates, I start with looking at the dates and highlighting them, was a new definition of abundance, a new, and it wasn't definition, it was new realization about what that could mean, would mean, does mean. So that's a piece that I'm going to be looking for the little pieces because I'm looking from a Virgo North Node um, point.
All right. I love that. And you and I, which I do, I know you and I know this already. We're opposites because my North Node is in Pisces. So, what does that mean for us, Pisces in North Node?
Well, you're doing the opposite of what I'm doing. You are letting go of the little pieces to build the picture to understand that it is a bigger flow. Sometimes the flow for me gets in the way because I miss being able to put the pictures together. Yours is kind of the opposite. I'm able to put the picture together, but if I don't continue to flow, I don't get all the pieces for the picture. And so you tend to move your south node once you really are working on your purpose node. It's not that you don't use your south node, it's that it's your golden shadow. You can count on being able to get the pieces when it's time for you to get the pieces because you're talking about Pisces, 12th house energy has to be uncovered. I, on the other hand, am talking about sixth house energy, talking about the body and the systems and where do I find the pieces to put together and don't flow through them. You still go through the flow, but go in a slower flow so I can find the pieces. So,
Yes. And you mentioned Taurus for yours. So, would that be Taurus for mine as well?
well, it's because it's a Taurus North Node for the world.
Oh, oh
That's
yes.
what's that's what's activating your North Node. I'm going to pull this curtain a little bit because the sun is playing. It's actually not bothering my eyes, but it's got some funny lights across my face.
Yes, but you got it
So,
like literally
yeah.
midline of your body. Yes, so
So
for that for me would be in what is it? Saturn and 10th house.
10th house. So how you're stepping in for your work. how your persona wants to be seen, and where your work is happening, because you've got Saturn. Where is your structure? Where are you? What are you participating in? Boy, does that fit what's going on in your life?
That is so darn true. It's like, damn, is the universe as confused as I am right now?
So the universe is asking you to flow with it. So those things that stepped forward, kind of look at the paradigm for me is they are saying, yes, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Now trust us, because even as you encountered that, you had all of these wonderful feelings and stuff that you were able to look at. And now trust that the right time will happen. And it's really feeling very soon, sooner than you think. It's almost like the other two had to distract you so the third one could show up.
Yeah, that would make sense. And as you always say, my mantra always is 3 times is a charm. In fact, I've always said that with my husband, because theoretically, based on our journey together, it's 3 times a charm. If we don't get it right this time, there is no other time. So let's get it right this time. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Well, and you know, this is in a time of change, and you know, there's a reason for the delay on what you're trying to do. And and because you are trying to learn to go with the flow, it will be uncovered to you. This is what your North Node is calling you to learn about. It will be uncovered. You come from a pretty Taurus kind of life. 10th house, work, all of those things. And this is very Pisces. This is very much about the flow, the dream, where spirit's taking you, and trust. And mine is, I'm very comfortable with just going with it, but I need to also talk about the daily. I don't like the word mundane, but the daily beautiful energy that's available every day in it, that I'm learning about to build that flowing picture.
What I hear for you was to the structure, like having the structure so you can be in the flow, is what I'm hearing.
Right. So so I'm feeling taken care of. So the emotional charges can be more about heart centered and love. And you know, it's also, I got a message today from somebody who said, you are meant for bigger things, you know this, but you've got a hex on you or something. And I'm like, well, if I do, the universe will remove it. So if you're watching this and you're a person who deals with that, I'll give you permission to help me remove whatever it is. But and I've gotten that message before, which is, so it's not unusual.
It's interesting. It's interesting you say that, because I received a couple of nights ago this long message in Messenger from someone with a similar conversation. And I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, you know what? I shield my energy, this beautiful golden light around me. Nothing is getting through this golden light, even if you try.
Well, and this is the Pisces South Node that I understand. If that is true, and it's a soul contract I have, that I will work on resolving, and in the right time. I have Venus in the 12th house, so it's always about the right time, the right place for that value. It will resolve. And it doesn't mean that a healer won't step forward or any of those things. So I appreciate that, but there's a reason. It's part of my soul contract. I can work when I'm ready to understand why to let go, but I will.
So. Exactly. You want to pull up some cards and see what we have for our audience, what they need to know? We have a few people popping in and out today, so I don't know if they're still with us, but we do have a few people that are popping in and out.
I am going to use another deck of a friend of mine, because you're going to use your deck.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
And this is called Aunt Lily's Tarot. And she had an Aunt Lily who it's created by Claire Lilly, and who was an inspiration also. And so she made a tarot deck. It's some beautiful artwork in this. So I'm not a tremendous reader of tarot. I know tarot. My first deck was a tarot. It was called the Mother Peace Tarot. I've had it since I was 20. What did I figure out? 24, 25 years old. So, so I have an idea, but the Mother Peace deck is a little bit different interpretation. So I'm just going to use, I was called to this, so I'm picking it up.
There you go. There you go. And I've already pulled my first, so I'm going to just show mine out, which I think is really appropriate for today's conversation. Higher education, which I always say is higher wisdom, tapping into your higher wisdom using this Mercury Gemini's energy, your intuition, to feel into what it is you are hearing, feel into what it is you are feeling as well, because these senses, our senses are, I truly am hearing, they are being activated. Every one of us, whether if you're not familiar with what your gifts are, how to utilize them, just go with it. Don't be afraid of it, and just sit and just be open to whatever shows up. If you hear something, don't overanalyze it and don't think you didn't hear it. And if need be, write it down. So this way here, maybe later when you come out of the logical brain of trying to figure out what it means, you can go back to the message. 3 and 6 is 9. This is a major transformational time for all of us. We are all transforming. Every one of us are evolving into the next dimension is what I'm hearing. So if you've been living in that 3D world, you are getting ready to move into that 4D world. And those of us living in the 4D are definitely moving very much into the 5D energy. And I think that's another reason why Mercury is spending such a short period of time in Gemini, because we are all really going through this shift in frequency. The pink energy is the high heart. Be kind to yourself. Do not punish yourself if you don't think you're on the right track. Do not say nasty things to yourself. Be kind. Tell yourself how great you are. And then in return, turn around and tell someone the same thing, how great they are. 90% of the times, you're not going to turn to somebody and tell them how awful they are. So don't do the same to yourself. So that's the first message, that major transformation, higher wisdom, and being kind to yourself.
Well, so my first card definitely is a personal message for you, Joanne, as well as a collective message. It is the 3, and it's the Empress. And the Empress is associated with Pisces. And it's about that imagination, that creativeness. It's about, the Empress represents the pregnancy, the fully born, receptive to change. And that's exactly what this message in Gemini is about, is pay attention. There is intellectual expansion, intellectual birth, intuitive birth happening. And if you look at this, what a beautiful card. She's sitting there with her dog by the water. And it's, so I asked for a complimentary card. 6 came out with it. 6.
We can't make this stuff up, can we?
No, we can't. It's the 6 of Pentacles, which is Earth. Mm-hmm. And of course, the 6 is all about, the 2 sets of 3, the synthesis, how I put life together, getting ready for the 7's clarity and exploration. And the 6 is, 3, 6, and 9 are those cosmic numbers. Those are numbers beyond the Fibonacci sequence, all of those other things.
And that was the number this one was, that 9 energy. So we got that 3, 6, and 9.
Yeah. 3, 6, and 9. So, and didn't I say I really think we'll hear more galactic stuff coming through, different energies coming through. And of course, this is about the Earth, Pentacles. It is the winter season. It is going in and getting ready for the birth of the spring, and all of those very earth grounded energies that step forward. And it's today's energy, what is good and what to watch for kind of energy.
I love that. Let's pull another
card. We could not have done that, guys, if we wanted to. She got 36, I got 3 and 6.
Yes, we could. Even if we tried, even if we practiced, it would not have worked out that way. Because it just happens that way. Yes. Let's see what else we need to know for this energy. This card always shows up. It's like never fails. I'm gonna take this card out of my deck one day just to see so it doesn't show up. I'm only kidding. Patience. Patience.
Well, that's a big lesson right now, isn't it?
Yes, and I think this card is really directed to me, guys. Patience, patience, because I'm truly learning that when I am in control of something, when I am in the driver's seat, I'm really good. But when I am told to get into the passenger seat and to trust, well, my patience goes right out the window. And this is a really big message for all of us, that whatever it is that you are working on in this energy, as we all are in our soul's purpose, to be patient. Everything will find its way to where it needs to go. Everything is happening for a reason. And if you don't get it the first time, know that, and as much as I like this statement, I hate this statement, know that something better is coming. Something better is coming. And that four energy, when we think about that, four is that stability, your foundation, your home. Your heart is your home. So always bring it back to your heart. Always be in that space of gratitude. Always recognize that you can use your body to check in to see how you are feeling. Check in with your body. Is there something in your body, whether that might show up as a pain, maybe you have an illness or disease that might be a little amplified right now? This is a time to check in with your body. And considering when we think of that four, it's associated with Cancer's energy, but it's also associated with the moon's energy because the moon rules Cancer. So it really is about how are you feeling right now? Tap into that heart center. So far from the two cards we had the high heart, which is that pink energy, and now we have the green energy. So it really is about your heart centered, feeling into your heart to connect with what's coming up. I love that.
You're not gonna believe what I pulled with it. So three came out. I pulled one and asked for clarification. So the first one that came out is the fallen angel. And the fallen angel is the same as the devil card. And the devil card, of course, is about that vehemence, that power of what gets in our way, what stops us, what forces are beyond what we understand, and often it's us. And the two cards for clarification that came out were the King of Pentacles, which is about abundance and wealth and that earth energy of what steps forward for us that gives us the stability in life, that Taurus energy. So we were talking a lot about that Taurus energy. And came with it is the Four of Wands. Pick this up.
Really?
Yeah. And the wands are Aries. So wands are about asking us harmony, positive, hard work. What are the things to become aware of that vehemently take you off your path? We need the devil. We need the mirror to say in order for us to access, because when we start to deal with this piece, the devil, the things that are beyond us, the structures we put ourselves in, this Pluto and Capricorn, what are the things that hold us back from our wealth and from that starting it and taking information? And I'm going to ask for one more card. What can we do? Because, of course, 4 is that stability. What can we do with this? And come back the 6 of Pentacles again.
There we go.
Just, we had the 6, we had the 4 of Pentacles. Again, a 6. It is 6 numerology, Joanne.
Is healing, nurturing, taking care of yourself, taking care of your home.
And Pentacles is earth.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's that 6 of Pentacles. It's that Taurus energy. It's that Virgo energy, really. It's all the little pieces we put together to make what we have, And so they go right together, all of those cards.
Yeah. And when we take all the numbers that we received today, the 3, the 6, the 9, the 4, we get a 10. We get a 10, which is about new beginnings, and it's perfectly aligned with the Capricorn, Pluto's retrograde, which is about our foundation, our soul's calling, stepping into something new. And every one of us are about to experience some amazing an amazing new chapter is what we're all going to get ready to experience. We are all stepping into this energy of a brand new chapter. That whatever your soul's calling is, which I can definitely give a testimony on this one. Whatever it was, whatever it looked like before, it's going to look very different going forward. It's going to look different going forward.
That Six of Pentacles is that healing energy, and it's that giving and taking and figuring all of this pieces out. It's pretty amazing. All of these, it is different. It's giving and taking and figuring and be very different than we were before. It's about financial success. It's about stability, that Taurus, Virgo, that Taurus energy that tomorrow is really activated. So tomorrow is a good day.
Yes. And it's so funny because the bottom of my deck, the card is intuition. Intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 6. So we're back to that 6 again.
Yes. I mean, it's been 3, 6, 9, 10. Start over. 3, 6, 9, 10. 4. Stabilized.
Exactly,
move forward.
Exactly. And the chakra. Exactly. And the chakra is the root. So get out into nature, ground your energy, do some earthing. If you're not sure what earthing is, take your shoes off, shoes and socks, get outside and walk barefooted. Let your soles of your feet get outside and connect with the earth. And earth. So you can ground. And the more grounded you are, the more supported you're going to feel. And the more focus you'll be able to have in being able to listen to the insight that does come in to help you out during this amazing energy.
Yeah.
So this was, go ahead.
It's just such an alignment of, what is coming, what we're here to look at. And it's light, and it's about, the devil card really, or the way, I like how she put it. I like that it wasn't the devil, but now I got to look at what it said. I think I've mixed them all up at this point, but she doesn't quite call it the devil. But it was, the expression was what we do to ourselves, how we limit ourselves, the energy.
Yes. I just want to give a shout out.
That's what she calls it. The fallen angel.
Fallen angels. Yes. And just a shout out to Crystal Teal, who's here with us today. So hello. And then, of course, our Anne. I'm going to say her last name wrong. So maybe Kitty can pull at that. Are you looking at your...
Anne, is it Rothney? Is that how you say it?
I believe so. And if we screwed up your last name, we apologize, but thank you all for being here with us and playing along. And hopefully you've taken some notes. And if you haven't, please go back and take some notes so you can better navigate through this amazing energy that we are in right now, as Sun and Mercury both sit in Gemini, and there's so much fun coming in tomorrow. So Kitty, let them know how they can reach you.
You can reach me. It's scrolling on the bottom, intuitionofthesoul@gmail.com. That is the name of my Facebook group too, where I have a daily, and I'm also on TikTok at Kitty Foss 1111. Surprise. Where I put up a daily energy read of what's going on in the astrology, and then I do monthly. I haven't been doing the weekly as much because it's just been such an unfolding, and since I do the daily, I usually give you a little preview anyway. So, and Joanne, I got an idea for you, but we'll talk about it afterwards, and it'll be kind of fun.
Excellent. And just to let you guys know, if you are interested in invitation, that this Wednesday, which is the second Wednesday of the month, we have going on our Miracles and Mystical Medicine Psychic Club, because nothing can ever be short for me. My height alone is short, so I might as well make everything else long. If you would like to show up there with us, feel free to let me know. It takes place 8:30 p.m. on Eastern Time on Zoom. There's a very small investment of $15. We have an amazing featured speaker coming in who's going to be sharing his journey. And there's always, at the very end, there is a card or energy reading, individual card and energy reading for everybody. So if you want to participate, just message me and I'll give you all the information to get you to come join us. All that being said, Kitty and I will come back and play another day because there's so much more information to share. We don't want to overdose you on all this astrology insight, so we have to give you small little bites. So until next time, have an amazing, amazing day. And remember, guys, go out there and take advantage of this good luck day, this fun day tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.